this since everybody thinks I don't know the name of our podcast. All right, ready?
Guys, my girl out here is growing them titties.
They're not bad.
Are you sure you haven't been taking vitamins?
Three,
One,
two.
1.
Hey guys, welcome again to Horoscopoes sin Pelos. I'm Eddie,
And now I'm Aries.
and we're so excited to talk about our topic today of the day.
Super excited, I think.
What did you do today? Like, how did Tuesday go for you?
So Tuesdays are Tuesdays, you guys. I always look forward to Tuesdays because that's our day that
Exactly.
we sit here and we come up with ideas, and it's the day that we film for you guys and for our audience. And yeah, that was kind of my day today. Went by quick for me at work, to be honest. What about you?
I have been struggling with work. Corporate girls are just not cooperating and cooperating and doing all of the above. So
For sure. It's Tuesday for sure, but again, I think I now look forward to every Tuesday because it's when we get together. And as you guys can see, we're wearing microphones today. So
the budget is budgeting.
the YouTube's not paying yet, but other things are.
What other
ass is
thing?
finally paying
I was
off.
gonna say, I'm like, you're the only one that has any assets. I only have a smile. What good does that do? Apparently,
The natural BBL is finally coming through, you guys. It's starting to pay off, so it's a start.
Yeah, today we decided to kind of make it a little bit more comfy. Today is gonna be a more of a fun,
more of, I think, personal in a way.
Yeah.
Even though I think like we have gotten personal with the other ones, but definitely more just so you guys can get to know us even more. We're starting to dig deeper, and I think today's topic that we both agreed on is very good. I think it's something that a lot of people probably can agree with us or are very in the same shoes as us.
Yeah, exactly. So get ready, pendejas.
Go
Grab
get
your
your
snacks because, as you can tell, we got ours.
Zebra cakes,
Brownies,
takis, rancheritos, and el juice pa' que resbale. Because without lube and gorrito, no hay fiesta.
Ah!
And if y'all party that way, God bless you. Vaya con Dios.
There's prep. Or in this case, if we're talking about food, there's Pepto.
That's true. Pepto doesn't always work though. It's a hit or miss. I need more like a what is it called? A tapon. You know what that is? It's
A
not
butt
like
plug?
No, it's not a butt plug. It's something that us paisas do. So basically, what you do is you mix Coke with the maicena, and then you put lemon in it, and it does a reaction.
That's crazy.
So then you just like drink it all, you chug it, and te tapa. Like you won't go to the bathroom no more
That's crazy.
until like you can go good again, and you know you're not shitting.
But like
your guts out.
It doesn't. But like, what happens when you like keep overloading and like, doesn't it just like throw? I mean,
No,
all I
because
can
it does a
envision.
reaction in your stomach where like it gets to the point where I don't know, like you can see it in the cup when you mix it. Comment if you've done this before, pero agarras la coca, le echas maicena, el limón, and like the tapa, like it stops you from having the runs for the day. You'll still have them, but you won't go to the bathroom a good 4-6 hours.
That's crazy.
So like if you have to be out or you're at work, like yeah, that saved me once in Mexico.
I mean, in Mexico, you have to pay for the toilets, so
That's why we were running around Guadalajara. I remember, and I was like, I can't go to the corner every like, there's no bathrooms down there like here.
Yeah, they're no public. The public ones you have to pay for the toilet paper and
you get 1 cube on the toilet paper. So I'm like, tell me the whole fucking roll.
But you know what? At least you know what they're trying to be. They're trying to be eco-friendly. And you may not be able to drink the water, but they're still trying to save the environment.
The thing I like the most is when you get the bucket of water and then you're like, whoosh, you have to throw it so that it flushes because toilets down there don't automatically flush.
No,
you have to throw water.
Okay, come on.
Depends.
You're making it sound like it's like we're like in a third world country.
If you're in a rancho, that's the way it works.
Well, I mean,
or you shit outside, you make your little hole and then you cover it. I mean, those are the best shits because you have natural AC.
I mean, yeah, and you're not gonna sit there and smell your own shit. But you know what? I'm from a rancho. I'm straight up from a rancho, and like the last time I went, I didn't have to do that. It was so nice.
No, that's
it was
good.
so like the last time that we had to put water down a toilet when I went to Mexico was when I was like 12 years old.
Oh. I still had to do it this last time that I went. That was back in like 2017, I want to say, for my cousin's wedding.
Okay.
But I remember going to
the ghetto,
San Juan de los Lagos, I think it was.
The ghetto.
No, it's actually very
nice
known.
Area.
Yeah, it is very known.
It's a nice area.
But we had to throw the water. But anyways, today you guys, our topic is
childhood traumas or
and
traumas in
scares and
general.
scares. Like, what did we grow up with being scared? What scared us? Have we overcame it?
Uh-huh.
Still working on it. So I'll let you start with this because I want some takis.
You want some takis? Okay, well, I have a couple of things. Okay,
Okay,
so like, if we're gonna go light, let's start light. Like light. I'm gonna have two light ones and probably a dark one.
we
Okay,
like that.
so I guess my first light trauma that I
Hmm.
have is I was like any other Mexican child. I was terrified of Chucky.
Oh,
Like,
same.
and I still don't understand why mothers still are like, oh my gosh, like, they're like, si no te portas bien, te voy a
Oh,
mandar
that
a Chucky.
Chucky. Uh huh.
And I'm just like, what's good? What's, and like, I'm just trying to understand, like, what is so scary about a little tiny doll that is the size of, actually, you know what? My 12-year-old nephew is probably taller and bigger than Chucky is,
Right.
and he actually can be a little terrifying. I mean, he's a Scorpio. He's like, let me tell you, this kid will not
They
say anything.
planted the seed of Chucky on him.
Oh, he is the seed of when he was a baby. Okay, so when he was a baby, he wouldn't smile.
Oh, dang.
He was just that baby that was just fat and cute and
Mug.
adorable, and just,
Mm, he was one of those.
and then you try to like, and then you try to tickle him, and he's like,
I was just mugging the whole time.
and now and he's not a toddler now, but he's like, I think he's in kindergarten, gonna go into first grade,
Mm.
and
Yeah, he's at the age he'll chase you with a pencil
yeah.
or a lead pencil or number two pencil, very sharp, and just
Oh well, guess what? But like, he's not even terrifying. Like, he's like,
wow.
as a baby, I'm like, oh, are you okay? Like, is there is there a demon in you? And I'm like, but then as a kid, as he's
Yeah,
grown up, like, he legitimately
the
is just like,
baptism didn't work.
oh, he just, I think it did
They
work.
had to reverse
It
it.
worked something, because now he's just like, he'll look at you and be like, hey, do you want a snack today?
Mm,
He's just like, he just sits there and just quietly goes, what kind? And then I'm like, oh, I don't know, I have gancitos. He goes, nah,
mm.
no, thank you. And then he goes back
So
to
it's still
playing on his
kind of
tat.
quiet, collective, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna move this here because it's a little far.
I know it is a little far.
The temptation, you guys.
But like, leading into talking about like demons, like, I'm not saying that my child is demonic. Like, please,
I would hope
sister,
not. I'm ready to bring
don't think I'm coming for your son.
production. Bring the agua bendita. Make it pour up in here.
Well, we don't have production today, so we don't. No one's gonna be. I mean, oh my God! Speaking
They
of,
PTO today.
yeah,
Prepare the others, and
yeah,
we have no others.
right. We have no others. It's just us this time. Maybe Cleo, but
Probably.
but
Ni
she's also.
lamboques because then she'll start barking.
I know, but no. Speaking of holy water,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the mass that we went to on Sunday. Holy cow! The fact that the father was like blessing the children, like, because I'm like, I don't know if if your guys' church is like this one, because I know the one that I go to doesn't really do this kind of stuff, but when I go to his church,
My church be lit. Our
mm-hmm.
priest literally got the whole bucket of holy water and like blessed the whole community, not even the church itself.
Oh yeah, like, he literally grabbed the bucket and soaked
He
everybody.
basically fertilized even the exterior of the church.
I know.
He was not playing.
He said the demons ain't coming in this
Not
house.
not at least not today. At least not on Sunday they weren't. Yeah, that was funny. My mom came out soaked.
I know. Oh yeah, because your mom was.
My mom was
She
up front.
read.
She was sitting. Yes, my mom read the word of God that day and the word of the day I could say,
Mm-hmm.
and was like on the second or third, and she came out literally like drenched
Mm-hmm.
in that, and I was like, oh, I was like, how'd it go? How was your experience? And she's like, it was fun. She's like, you just don't expect it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
fun. It's something different. We're not used to.
And for all that you don't know, we are Catholic girlies here. We do
Mm-hmm.
we do love a good sermon, and I will say this sermon was really good. I don't know why I'm getting into this and talking about church right
It
now,
was really good.
but I think it's because I'm about to talk about a demon. That's my second fear. My second fear growing up was I was going to get possessed by a demon. Like, I watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose,
Oh no.
and ever since I watched that movie, I was just terrified. I would always, and the craziest part is, like, I would always wake up at, like, between 3 and 3:30 in the morning,
Nope. I'm not doing that.
and it was always in between that. It was between 3 and,
You know what
3:30
they
in the
say about
morning.
waking up at that time, right?
Yeah, it's the demon hour.
Yeah, 3.
I was so scared that I think I scared myself into thinking I was possessed because, like, I couldn't sleep. I would get up, I I remember there was a scene in Emily Rose where, like, she wakes up at 3:05. I woke up at 3:05, and then all of a sudden, like, the room lights up in the movie like red, and my room lit up red. And I freaked out and panicked. Turns out it was just my crackhead neighbors in front just pulling out of the driveway because and there was the
Oh, and the
brake
red light.
lights.
Oh
Yeah, but
shit.
because I was watching this movie, I was like 12 or
You're all
13.
like paranoid.
I was so paranoid. So I took off running into my parents' room, and like I was sleeping with my parents till I was like 13. Like I was like I actually, I when I watched this movie, I was younger. I think I was like
Wow.
10 because I spent a good year of my preteen times like sleeping with my dad. My dad would sleep with me and my mom would sleep with my sister. And we
Okay.
had our own bedrooms too.
Wow.
Like it wasn't like it was because there was lack of beds, anything
Right.
like that. Like all of my brothers and sisters have already moved out.
Wow.
Like cuz they got married or they were in college, like
Mm.
but I was terrified. So get this, guys, because this will never happen again. But my mom was so concerned because I would wake up at the same hour and I was waking up in sweats. I was having
Uh-uh.
night terrors. Like it was actually kind of a real thing.
Andabas de mion at that time.
I no me mié. Eso sí, yo nunca me mié. I never pissed myself,
Wow.
and it was because I think I just had more control of my body at that point. But my mind, I've never had. I'll say this: I've never had a control of my mind. My mind will just continuously
Go and
run
go
and
and
go
go.
and go and go, and I can never control it, and I
I'm
can
gonna
never
talk
stop
about
it.
that right now.
But yeah. So my mom got so concerned about this,
She started believing in
and she
herself.
started believing that there was a demon or something coming in me,
Oh.
and uh so my mom knew one of our family friends from the rancho that we're from, and she would pray. She would
Mm.
pray things. She would have a healing power through prayer.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that she's a curandera. I wouldn't say that she's a
Her prayer is
witch.
just strong.
But yeah, her the way that she prays, and even to this day, every time I hear her pray, like I just love the way she prays. And my I remember my mom takes her over to her house, and I loved her house. Her house, I was always to me to this day, if I go to that house, to
Yeah.
me it might not be the biggest house, but it is a super nice house because I don't know, it kind of has a similar layout of my
So
apartment
it's
here.
comforting.
It's just very comforting
Maybe
and
you
very
did find peace
welcoming,
there.
and I found peace there.
Mm.
But she takes me into her room, and her room is probably the size of my living room and the dining room and a little bit of the kitchen, probably the hallway
Wow.
to my room. So it was a decent sized master bedroom.
Mm.
And she kneeled me down. She had me kneel down in front of her, and she started praying.
Wow.
And when she started praying, like I just like felt like super heavy. Like felt so heavy where I legitimately was like I was still conscious,
Mm-hmm.
but like my body just felt so heavy, and then um my body was trying to fight from falling over.
Maybe you were possessed.
And then she kept praying and she kept praying and she kept praying, and then all of a sudden she was just like, lay down. And I couldn't lay down. I couldn't lay down.
Wow.
And then she started praying even louder and louder. And then I finally did collapse. I finally collapsed. And when I collapsed, I just was crying, like uncontrollably crying. And then, like, my mom says, because I like at this point I don't really know what
Yeah, you're
happens.
like conscious, but you don't
I
know.
don't know what
And
happens.
I've seen that happen now as an adult.
Uh-huh. But
Hmm.
my mom says, and she says to this day that when she's like she was watching, because like it was my mom, her, I think my little sister was in there. I'm not 100% sure about my little sister,
Wow.
but it was definitely there was definitely a third woman
The
in the
room.
room. And
It wasn't you.
definitely I don't think I'm not a woman.
Okay. Clock that.
um but uh where was I? Oh yeah. My mom says that like at one point that she was praying, that she saw me just kind of like convert, like convulsing or
Oh dang. Yeah,
contortioning. Yeah. She just saw me just kind of like bend in
like do
awkward
like this.
ways. Yeah. And like my eyes were never open, and she was just like, she said that she just watched so many tears come out
Wow.
of my eyes. Like she's like, I've never seen somebody cry that much. And then, like, out of nowhere, she stopped praying. And when she stopped praying, like, I just I was there. Like, it was dead quiet.
Wow.
It was dead quiet. And when I finally, like, came back out from all of it, my, I just felt like a huge
Weight lifted.
weight was just like lifted, because since I watched that movie till whenever, I don't know how long that was. I want to say it was at least a month or two.
Are you a believer that you can catch something from watching a movie?
I
Because
don't
I
think
am.
I didn't think that. I didn't think that, and I still don't think that. But I think maybe I just tricked my mind into believing that I was being possessed. But the thing is, I felt so much
When
relief
she did that.
after she did the prayer, and like everything was going, like I don't think, I don't remember my mom saying anything about like lights dimming or
Yeah.
anything like that
One
without
is
them
because it's
touching it.
different case by case, but yeah.
Yeah, but like, so to this day, I one am a believer about demons,
Yeah.
because I do think that whatever it was, either I tricked, even whether it was my mind tricking me into thinking I was getting possessed, or there was a spirit that I was carrying around. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like I have a very like vibrant spirit as it
Hmm.
is, and I think I do attract a lot of people, and I attract a lot of energies.
You do.
So I think I do believe that, I did attract something that was trying to stick to me.
Probably.
And and it was just the craziest experience of my life, because then after that, like, I slept through the night. I was just doing things
Back to
normal. I
normal.
was just like normal, like nothing ever happened.
Wow.
But like, to this day, I am terrified of demons. Anything that's slightly demonic, like I am not really about it. I'm not
Yeah.
about it. Like, I'm not. After I will say this, after that experience, I have not watched scary movies the same way that I used to watch them. Like, I used to be
That's
into
crazy
them.
that that happened to you because like I had a very similar situation.
Uh-huh.
So like now that you say that, one of my biggest two like scares has been Chucky, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Another one is the fajo, getting that ass whooped at home.
What's the fajo?
The belt.
Oh, the belt.
That and the chancla for sure.
Not the
Those are
chancla.
traumas. The chancla, Chucky, the belt, and another one has been that too, like demons or just being possessed. And then another one, for me, I think that I just like overcame, and this is funny. I'm was um being afraid of the dark. I've always, but I think that has a lot to do and comes with me having a lot of like paranormal activities too.
Oh, okay. So I'm not the only crazy one here.
No, and I think
Ooh.
I've spoken to you about my experiences
Oh,
before.
I
I
want to
think
say
you
yes.
overheard,
Uh-huh.
but like being in the dark, you guys really did get to me for a long time because of all the paranormal stuff that I've experienced
Mhm.
growing up. And like I don't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, like I do believe in, having like miracles, or there's people that do have the gift of being able to see things like those. But
Mhm.
anytime I hear stories like that, I'm like, and like, thankfully I can't see anything, but I will say do strongly get a lot of energy when I feel something.
Mhm.
So like I can go somewhere to someone's house, and if like the energy's off, like I just know, and I'm just like something's off, something's very negative here, like it's very sad, it's heavy, like same thing as you, like my spirit's very like uplifting and everything.
Mhm.
So when I feel like that, or it's also why, like when someone's going through something, like if I myself know that I'm not at my greatest to hear like what you're going through, I will respectfully be like, hey, I don't want to talk about this right now, because I myself might be going through something, and then to
Right.
get all that dropped on top of my stuff is just like,
Mhm.
you're gonna end up finishing me. So there
Mhm.
has been times where I'll respectfully be like, hey, yeah, like can we talk another day? Like I just don't want to talk about it, or things like those. But for sure, like I'll go back to like the fajo, you guys getting whooped as a kid, like getting educated, this
Disciplined.
disciplined action more
I
than
never got
anything.
educated by a belt.
Not
They don't got a
educated, but
degree.
what I meant to say is like disciplinary. Yeah,
Right.
for sure. Like no hagas esto, and getting chased, and like the belt came out, And the worst fucking one that I remember was the fajo piteado.
Oh
That
my god.
bitch. When I got whooped by that belt,
Oh yeah.
oh my god, I literally didn't get sent to school for like 3 days.
What?
That freaking print on that belt was
Oh,
on
it's
my
imprinted
back.
on your
It was
in your
imprinted. I
skin.
remember talking
Yep,
to
it is.
Victor, and Victor's like, dude, I can see the horse and stuff on your skin. Like the belt literally had a whole design, and that design was printed on my back. It was like a temporary tattoo
Mhm.
that you did not ask for. So that was one. The other one, like I said, Chucky, just hearing it all the time, like, "Ay viene Chucky, te va a jalar las patas, Chucky." And you know what? That's actually really bad to do,
Why?
because you're like, estás llamándolo como la energía, like the bad energy. And it's
Oh, okay.
also why, like, now that I understand and have like experienced a lot of stuff, like I said, just like I know that there's good, 100 times there's bad,
Mhm.
you know. And like a lot of the times, like I used to be a person to play around, like when someone would knock on the door randomly, and I'd be like, oh, pásale. And it's like, you're not even supposed to do that either, because you're literally allowing bad shit to come into your house. I don't know, I think that's more of a superstition.
Yeah, I
And
was gonna
like,
say that's more
that's very
superstition.
superstition, but I do believe in that, just from like everything else I've had. But
Mhm.
another one of my biggest ones that to this day, you guys, if you know me and you hang out with me, you know I'm not for scary movies. Like I will go for things that have like suspense, but that's it. But anything exorcist involved, or anything like based on a true story, I will not watch. I will refrain
But
from.
I do. I'll go watch them. Even though that shit happened to me, like I still
I
want to go see
can't,
it.
but
Based on
I
a true
think
story, I'm like, I think I've lived it.
I can't, and it's because of what I experienced. So like
Okay.
the last movie that I remember watching, and it's the cause to all this, was Insidious, where the
Okay.
where his soul leaves his body.
Mhm.
Oh my god, that when I watched that movie, it was bad. Like from there, it was so bad that I almost had to go like get like therapy and stuff, because like I literally did not want to sleep. I got insomnia. Like it was super bad, to the point where
Mhm.
like I was even afraid that my own soul would leave my body, just because of how
Mhm.
that movie played out. And I mean, he's a kid and being at that age too. So like I really, like I was just like, is that gonna happen to me? And I remember like thinking about it, and I was just so like mortified about of that movie. And it's like, se va a ir tu espíritu de tu cuerpo, and like all this
Mhm.
stuff. So that one really got me for some time. Like it was so bad I wouldn't sleep for days. And that's when my parents were like, "What's wrong? Like, why are you not sleeping?" This. So I finally told them, and I'm like, I saw this movie and like all this stuff. And like they've always been firm, like strong on like no scary movies in the house. Like no scary
Right.
movies, no scary movies. That, and then experiences that my mom has lived too, that she has shared. So I'm like, wow. But one growing up for sure is definitely seeing things around me on like the religion side, of kind
Okay.
of similar to what you just talked about. Like I've seen people fold and like completely not be themselves. Like I was in the room, and that going on for sure. And it's not that person, it's not that person talking to you, like their eyes, you just see it's not them. It's
Yeah.
completely something has taken over them. And it's to the point where it's like all you could do is pray and pray and pray and pray, because it's like, yeah, like we're humans and you're scared, but
Hmm.
when you're scared, it's just worse. You're gonna be attacked.
Right.
So I'm a firm believer of that. Like I said, just like there's good, there's bad. Like I've seen so many things where, and I can talk about it and stuff because I'm like, I've processed it. I've had to go through certain things to be like, it's,
Hmm.
like, no, it was not okay, but yes, you lived it. This is how to process it. This is how to talk about it. But just a lot of things, but I for sure I can relate on that.
So, I mean, what was like your paranormal activity experience? Like now that like I kind of talked about mine a little bit and how that being like a fear and like kind of something that I've outgrown. I will say this: I have outgrown my fear of being taken over by a spirit or
Okay.
a demon. I don't believe it's true because now I like to watch when I do watch scary movies, they have to be based on a true story and it has to involve a demon.
Okay.
If it if it's a serial killer, like I'm not like super
Right.
into it. Um so like Scream, I never really was into Scream,
Mhm.
Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger, like those movies where I never got into it. It was always the ones that were based on a true story.
Mhm.
And
See,
it
and I'm vice versa. Like I like them because I'm like, I used to I used to like going out a lot, like out in the streets, like ride the
Mhm,
bikes, or like we knew that outdoor light came on and your ass better be home.
mhm,
That was like it's 8 p.m. Get home, shower, get ready for the night, go to
mhm,
sleep and everything. But that was very me. Like that's why I was always scared of those movies, because we were outside like all the time. And I mean,
mhm,
back in our day, like that was the shit. Like you used to be playing marbles, you were out playing cops and robbers,
mhm.
you were out on the bikes. Like there was no cell phones, no iPads, no Wi-Fi. Like you would have to go
Right.
look for your friends, or you had like a meetup spot of like, hey, after school, this is where we meet up. So I think those movies really would, like, I would think about a lot, because I'm like, we were always outside like playing kickball or baseball or like doing all kinds of stuff. Um,
Have you seen the movie Black Phone?
yes.
What do you think of it? Because it's based in Colorado. It's like set in Colorado.
It did scare me because of that. I'm not gonna lie. So
Uh
like,
huh.
ooh, there's something on my nose. I think
It's just the
it's
chile
the powder from the
from the
taki.
Takis.
Okay, tacos. Big back, all hungry.
I am. I
Can't.
ate it
He
before.
didn't have enough with the zebra cakes and the brownies because now he wants
I'm
tacos.
about to open a zebra cake. Don't you? And I'm about to be ASMR.
Do it, and I'm gonna do the brownie. And what?
I've
Oh,
been
it's
so. I
practicing.
know. I know.
Tiene hambre. Because I am.
It's a nice creamy
But
dessert.
my paranormal experience was, I think, less than a year ago.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why this occurred, and I like will still have a lot of questions about it. So if you guys visit my social media, I like tend to bake like flanes or choco flanes and
Mm-hmm.
cakes and all that stuff. So I
He's
had
ratatouille up in this bitch.
I had a huge order that night. I remember, and I had like 8 to make for the next day, and I started the day before. Well, I stayed up really late until almost like. And the crazy thing, it was 3 in the morning.
Was this when I ordered the choco flan from you
No, this
about a
was like
year?
after. This
Okay.
was way after that in that time. But I was home and I was up in the dining room, and I was like baking and like waiting for the like my posters to be done.
Mm-hmm.
As I had one in the oven, I was decorating the other one, cutting the fruit. Now, like, I've always been able to concentrate more when I'm by myself and there's like no
Mm-hmm.
distractions. And I had music on, I was like, oh, everyone's sleeping. Like, I can use the whole table. Like, I had
Mm-hmm.
fruit everywhere. Like, and I had all my utensils and everything that I needed. So I'm getting like done, and I'm like on the eighth choco flan, and it's about 2:45 in the morning. 2:45 in the morning, and I'm like looking for space in the fridge, and I'm like making space. Um, and I remember just like going up to our fridge, and we have one of those like double door ones, and then the
Mm-hmm.
freezer like slides out.
Mm-hmm.
So like the light in the in the fridge is so bright. I remember like opening it, but I don't know why. Every time we talk about this, I get chills. I literally had the choco flan in my hand, and I'm like about to go in. Before I do that, I open the fridge, you guys. As I open the fridge, I literally see something just. Ah, I
Oh
got the
my
chills right now.
god!
I got the chills so bad.
Mm-mm.
Look,
Your hair is standing, girl.
do you see it,
Yes, look, I see all those
Eddie?
goosebumps.
Oh my god, I'm scared right now. I don't even want to talk about it.
Are you gonna fart in this? Did you guys hear that, guys? Did you guys hear that?
You guys, I'm so scared right now. Do you see?
Yes, I see
Oh
that.
my god,
That is
I'm gonna keep talking
crazy.
about it.
That's my dog. It's not
I'm
anybody.
like, Cleo, don't, because dogs can see. If you guys don't know, dogs can see and feel. But anyways, I open the fridge. I have the choco flan. As I literally open the fridge, you guys, I literally see something staring at me so hard. It was so hard that like I'm getting the chills again.
Oh,
Literally like Matt, it was so hard and intense stare that it literally made me turn around. And I tend not to do that
mhm.
when I feel that because of the experiences my mom has had and talked about like when we were growing up in different apartments and houses and stuff. So I just couldn't resist. So I turned and I swear on everything, there was like a face and it was just like with a black cape, like a manto, like it was just like a black cape and was just floating in the air.
Oh hell
So I like
no! Oh,
I,
look at my.
I know it's so bad. I'm
Ah!
like I have the chills everywhere right now.
I'm like, it's looking like this fucking pillow.
I turn around, I see like something with a manto, like just a black cape. And you know what's the craziest part? It had like ruffles in it. Like it
Oh,
wasn't even like just like a capa. Like
oh.
it wasn't like my cardigan. It had like drapes in it. So I look at it and I like see like I couldn't see a face or nothing. It was just through. But it was so strong the stare that like I literally looked at it and then went back to the fridge and was like, is it did I really just see that? And then look over and it's still there. So like at that moment, it's like I told my mom, I was like, I
Oh.
screamed. I remember yelling, and she's like, we didn't hear anything, and it was like 3:05, 3:15 in the morning by this time.
Mhm.
So then I'm like literally stuck. I'm like holding the choco flan, and what like made me like move or something was the fact that the fridge started going off because the fridge after 15 seconds it'll start to beep like you got to close it because it's losing its temperature. So I'm holding choco flan and it's like I start hearing the fridge and then I'm like I don't even want to move. I'm like in shock. So I'm holding the choco flan and they're pretty heavy.
Mhm.
You I mean you've bought it from me,
Yeah.
but I'm like just in the air like this. I'm like shaking and I like literally like the side of my eye still wants to like look like is this still there? Literally I swear to you as I turn I just like fucking just threw the choco flan in there. I threw it in. As I closed the door to the fridge, I just feel it like vanish. But as it vanishes, I like turn and see it and it vanished through our hallway, like into the house. So when it vanishes, something in me gave me so much courage. Like at that moment, I wasn't even scared. Like I was like, I know what I saw. I'm processing it now. The other half of me was like, yes, you did see that, and the other half of me is like, you were tired, so it's just an illusion. Like,
Uh-huh.
because I don't know if that's happened to you, where you're so tired, okay, you start to like think you're hearing things, or like, did I really just see that? And you start to doubt yourself. And our biggest enemies is our own mind,
Right.
because like if you don't control your thoughts are gonna control you. And like,
Exactly.
so I'm like still standing there and I'm like, did I really just see that? Or am I that tired to where now I'm like imagining stuff and I'm being paranoid? I turn and I see this thing, like the drape. I just remember the draping is like kind of like just hanging in the air. It's
Uh-huh.
like moviéndose. So it goes through the hallway towards our bathroom. You've seen it.
Yeah.
So I follow it. Something in me, like I just had so much courage, you guys. I followed it. I follow it, and I just see it go upstairs, like up the to the second floor of our
Uh-huh.
house. And at that moment, I'm like standing in the middle of like our bathroom and like our living room, and then we have the stairwell to go upstairs, and I'm just like staring at it as it's going upstairs. So then
Ugh.
but something in me was just like, don't be concerned, don't be worried. And my mom, when I talked to her the next morning, this is like so insane how this happened. So my mom has like really gotten into like the religion, and she's
Right.
been practicing, and she does Bible study, and like
Uh huh.
I'm proud of my mom. Like it takes a lot to dedicate that, and like she's learned a lot of it. So I didn't tell her nothing. I didn't yell. Just something in me was just like, don't worry, like it's under control. And I remember just telling myself, like, God, like I'm not scared. Like you're with me. Like I know you're with me. Like I'm not by myself. Literally, as I like start saying that, like I wasn't concerned no more. Pero ya no me quedé a gusto.
Right.
So I finished cleaning everything, and I was just like, I'm gonna go to bed. Like I don't even want to talk about what I saw. Like
Right.
because I even thought my mom was gonna like wake up, because my mom's a soft sleeper. So I was like, she did hear me yell, she's gonna come downstairs, and I could hear something upstairs. So then the next morning, my mom asks me. I hadn't mentioned nothing to nobody because I didn't want to scare my siblings. I didn't want to put the house on alert.
Mm-hmm.
And the next morning, my mom just comes up to me and she's like, "Is everything okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, what do you mean? And she's like, I don't know. She's like, I just feel your energy. She's like, did you experience something last night? Or like, yeah. So when she told me that, she checked me on it. And I'm like,
That is wild.
I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah. She's like, estás bien? Like, did you, like, your energy's just off. Like, is everything okay? And she's like, well, what happened? And I was like, I wasn't going to say nothing. So I sat down with her and I told her everything. And she's like, I don't know if you're gonna believe me or not, but I felt something so strong last night that I got up, and when you were probably experiencing that was because I was praying.
What?
Yeah. So when she told me that, like I was like chills like head to toe. And I remember standing like on the dining table as I had to sit down and like process it all, because I was like, what in the hell?
Uh
I was
huh.
just like, how is that even possible? So I start telling, and she's like, tell me more, like what happened, what did you see and everything. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, ma, I was like this, and then I saw like that, like a cape just go, like un manto. And I was like, me dio tanto, like, ya ni miedo. It was just more courage. So I followed it into the hallway. And when I saw it go upstairs, she's like, yeah, well, probably when you saw it go upstairs is when I started praying. And she's like, because, like, I don't know if you guys have heard, but you're more tempted when you're closer to God. So, like, like, and that makes sense because the bad doesn't want you in good. So you're more tempted. And the way I hear it is like, el diablo no quiere que te acerques a lo bueno, so vas a ser más tentado. And I've always heard that, like in the youth group, like growing up in church
I
and like
guess you're right.
everything.
Yeah.
So it's like the
Mm-hmm.
closer you get to God, the more you're tempted, because the
Mm-hmm.
more you're learning, the more your faith it grows, the more everything. So I don't know, like it took me literally like days to process the fact that as I was like seeing that, I hadn't seen my mom, but she was already praying.
That's
So she
crazy.
she left me speechless, and she was like, yeah, she was like, creo que cuando tuviste eso fue lo que me levantó a orar. And like she had like a few days, like 2 3 days, that she had been getting up to pray at that time, specifically at 3 in the morning. So I asked her, I was like, ¿Qué significado tiene? Like, what does that mean when you get up to? And she tells me that it's because la gente que está en el purgatorio, that
Mm-hmm.
don't make it between like,
In purgatory.
yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
to heaven, or
Mm-hmm.
so you're praying for those people, you're praying for all the bad, like everything, all sorts of things that are happening at that time of day, people that are being sacrificed, like people's souls are being taken and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So then, yeah, like I asked her that, and now, like, I don't know, till this day it is so hard. I believe my mom 1,000%, but it's like it's hard to like, how can I say it, in my mind, like it just, I'm just still shocked.
I can't believe that
Like,
your
how
mom.
is it that I'm in a whole different floor?
It's
I
different time of the.
experienced
Yeah.
this, and she's already praying. Like, and I asked her, I was like, what made you get up and pray? And she's like, I just felt something. She's like, I just felt something. Something wasn't right. Something was off. And she's like, And as a mom, that's what she told me. She's like, as a mom, we have a sixth sense. She's like, I
Mhm.
just felt something was not right in the house, like something. She's like, it was so bad, and I was so tired, but it got me out of bed to pray. So when she told me that the next day, oh, I was in shock. And then
Mhm.
she just told me like do a prayer, like like so hopefully whatever was here is not here no more. But now it like brings me back to where I'm like, how is it that whatever I saw knew as my mom was praying to go upstairs?
That's a good question, but then.
And that's why I'm like, was it
Mhm.
something even worse than I'm thinking it was? And like was trying to go upstairs because my mom's praying.
But here's the thing, like, I mean, I don't. I mean, being Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
I feel as though when a soul dies or a person dies,
Yeah.
we're trying to guide the spirit
Right.
or the soul to heaven, and we do a 9 day
Mm-hmm.
rosary
Right.
for this individual so he doesn't get lost along the way and
Mm-hmm.
get stuck in purgatory. Um, Maybe this is one of those people that like, I don't know if your mom ever talked about this, but they talk about like the lost ones.
Yeah.
Maybe this is one of those lost souls that was trying to find its way back.
She
And
did mention that, but also to another experience I had, it was very different to someone that I did see that we lost.
oh, you saw an actual person, an actual person that.
Yeah, like I was on the couch, I was sitting down, and then I remember just feeling like when someone sits down, I
Mhm,
felt like the push down on the couch,
mhm,
like right next to me. So when I felt that, I was just like, "What the hell?" And like I was like watching TV. I was just like watching TV, and then I remember the couch just kind of like forcing itself down, and I
uh-uh.
was like, "What is that?" So I didn't like see nothing, whatever. I'm chilling, watching the movie, and then as I turn, I see this person. hmm So then it's the same thing. I told my mom about it, and I was like, "I saw so and so," and then she was like, "Where?" And I was like, "Right next to me on the couch." And then she was like, well, she's like, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Like, and that's why I'm like, there's a lot of things that I've experienced that at that
Mhm,
age of like the 13 to 15 years, there's so many things going through your mind.
mhm,
Did I really see that? Like, what is this paranormal activity? Like, there's a lot of confusion, and it's very hard in your teenage years. So I am very thankful for the youth group because that did help me be able to express that and talk about it and
mhm,
heal it and understand and get answers to a lot of things. Maybe it wasn't the most accurate answer, but it led to something else.
mhm,
And like I'm glad that I had that support, that like those resources and everything, because I can only imagine like going through all of that. One, not talking about it to anybody.
mhm,
Two, staying quiet because you think that they're not gonna believe you. Or three,
mhm,
just in general, like that shit will drive you insane. Like you're just constantly thinking about it. And I'm thankful like I had those resources and stuff to be able to talk about it. And I've always been very open with my mom, to express that and stuff. But yeah, like I remember that. And when I told her, and she's like, yeah, she's like, well, maybe this person just, maybe it was closure, like you didn't get to see this person at the end. Or
mhm,
if it was in closure, like maybe you just need to like pray for them,
mhm.
and like wish that they're able to like rest in peace. So yeah, that's what mine has been growing up.
That's crazy. I mean, like, thinking about it, like, think about all of these like horror stories or these
Mm-hmm.
based on a true story events that we have been talking about, like exorcisms and people who have gotten exorcisms and now turned into some crazy Hollywood movie.
Right.
All of if it's interesting that you mentioned that all of these things happen to, or these paranormal activities or these demonic spiritual activities, they all stem around the time of puberty.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is,
Well, the last one I talked about, where I saw like the person just like floating in the
well, yeah,
air.
you weren't in puberty. You're
No,
you're an
this
old
was
ass
like,
hag now, girl.
yeah, like Less than a year ago, literally.
I was like,
but the other one for sure was.
I was like, those meat curtains are meat curtaining for sure, girl.
Literally. But at least my knees don't lock.
That was a personal attack. That was a personal
at least my
attack.
Knees don't lock.
I cannot with your ass.
He's giving 35.
I hope that whatever floating demon was at your fridge comes back.
Reaching no, fuck you. Don't ever wish that on nobody.
Comes back.
Fuck no. Cállate los ojos because
how can I?
Who stays by himself at night?
Oh my god! You know what? And speaking about this,
not
so
me.
Actually, maybe
I'm glad I have a roommate.
Oh yeah, you sleep with your big brother.
Yeah, like about 7-8 feet apart, but no. See, when I talk about stuff like this, I can't sleep by myself. I'll be paranoid now.
But I was like cooking, I ate, then I finally just go and lay down and like, you know, try to go to bed. And Cleo's in the room with me.
Yeah.
And she's sleeping on her dog bed because she sleeps in her dog bed now. And out of nowhere, I just started hearing like these scratches. And I'm like, the fuck? It's Cleo just trying to get comfy. But then like I hear the scratches again, and when I hear these scratches, it's not my front. It's not this door like in my bedroom. It's my front door.
Oh shit!
And then I literally had this moment of where I was laying in bed and I had like the paralysis where I'm just like,
I hate that moment.
Like, what should I do? Should I move? Do I hold my breath? Do I fart? Oh my god! Like, no.
Do you clench your rose?
Yes, and you're just sitting there like, oh gosh. So then I finally get like the courage to like get up to see what it is.
Yeah.
And then I hear it again. And I hear the scratches. And
she didn't bark or nothing?
No, she didn't bark. She didn't even flinch.
Wow.
Cleo did not even move, bark, flinch, nothing. She was just out. But then I hear the scratches and I hear the scratches. And as I get closer to the door, I like look out the pee hole. Not the pee hole, the peephole.
Okay, glory hole.
And there's nobody there. Like, there's nobody there. Like, when I say that there's scratches, and like even I still don't know if I believe this or not.
The handle.
But the handle was moving.
Wow.
But it was a crazy, crazy experience when I was just like, I'm like, what? And I'm here by myself with my dog.
I'm surprised you didn't call me for this.
It was midnight.
I go to sleep at like 2.
Well, yeah, but I was like, when we're not, you know what? When we're not together, we're not hanging out together, and it's late at night. I don't think to text you unless it's an emergency or call you. Like, unless it's
our SOS moments.
It's our SOS moments. I mean, I guess all of these, like, even though there's like it turned more into a paranormal activity. These are still like traumas that you still like carry and like memories that you remember.
You just learn from them, man. If anything, like I said, I've learned how to like process it now. I can talk about it. Back then, I couldn't even talk about it. You know, it's because some people will stare at you like you're crazy or like you believe in that. You know, and it's like. It's always that suspense itself. Like, me van a creer, no me van a creer. Like, did you really go through that or not? But I don't know. Like, me and my mom always relate on that because, like, my mom has stories, and I think you've heard them at this point.
Well, yeah, because when we went camping,
oh yeah, she always talks about it.
And like, even though you might think it's like a ghost story, like a camp, it's not. It's actually, because the amount of time that she has repeated this song. These
stories.
She should make songs out of these.
Literally.
Out of these. But like,
no, her experiences have been like, even now when I hear them and I'm like, wow. Like, it's things that se queda uno como atontado uno, you know? Like, you definitely stay processing that. But you know what? Like, we live and we learn. And I can't say I'm thankful for that because I just wish I would have never had to live that. But I'm thankful, like, just knowing now how to process it and what it was and having answers to everything. Like, it helps a lot. It's closure for sure.
Right. Yeah, no, and like I feel as though besides that paranormal activity, I've never been close to anything else and like that. I will say this though. I will say this. when I have night terrors, they are like severe. And I will wake up in a puddle of sweat.
Wow.
I'll wake up screaming, and then I'll calm down and I'll go back to bed. But then I'm like, I can't shake it. But then there's like some night terrors that I forget, and there's some that I won't forget. So like, I had a cousin who passed away.
Okay.
And him and I were super super close. He was probably maybe, I think he was about your age. Actually, no, he would have been 30, I believe, this year.
Yeah, he was older.
He was older, but I remember that I had a night terror with him, and it wasn't necessarily that like he was terrorizing or haunting me or
yeah, like yourself.
That. It was just this moment where we were little hoodlums back in the day, and well, I guess. Actually, you know what? I was never a hoodlum. I was just a kid that was, I was just in the streets. So
and now he's the adult on the streets.
Yeah, I was a teenager on the streets, and now I'm an adult in the streets. And I remember seeing him on the other side, and we're like in a city. I don't know if it's Denver. I don't know where it's at, because my cousin, well, he lived in Idaho, so
makes sense.
But I remember seeing him, and it was a city setting, and it was like he was on the other side of the street, and I'm just like, hey, I'm like, David, like, come over here, like, why are you over there? And then it was like, oh, like, and he was just like, oh, I'm just walking, fool. It was like, I'm just walking, fool. And I'm like, oh, okay. And and I can still like visualize and remember his like voice.
Wow.
And like he had this like unique laugh. Like, I don't know about us, like us Martinez's. Like, I feel like if you're a Martinez, like, you have a specific laugh. Like, everybody has a specific laugh, and like and like that's a characteristic. Because like, when I think about my mom's side of the family, I don't think nobody's laugh stands out. But on the Martinez side of the family, so like the Orozcos, like, not really. I don't really. Besides my cousin's wife, but she's really not an Orozco because she's married into it. Right. Anyways, I am getting derailed. I'm derailing this story.
You've been derailed.
No, because I gave that up to Lynch. I gave up being derailed.
You did. I'm proud of you.
And I'm doing okay.
No alcohol, you guys.
Yep, no alcohol.
I left alcohol and fast food.
I left alcohol and men.
Happy for you.
Yep, no sex here for 40 days.
Se cerró la fábrica.
We'll see how that lasts. But
that sounds like you're 20% confident. I'm gonna need you at 100.
No, I mean, you know what? If that one person that you already know about it would to like do something crazy, I would let it happen 1,000%.
I don't blame it.
I am very into this person. But anyways,
actually, I hope that happens. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not wishing you to not complete your Lent, but if that one person does come through for you like that, who am I to stop it? I'm gonna bless it.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. But now I just like lost my whole thing. Oh yeah, the night terror. Okay. Because now I'm thinking about somebody else versus this night terror of my cousin. Like, two different things. It's kind of gross. Now remember when I said that my mind never shuts off? Like, this is a prime example of what my mind is like.
That's a Gemini.
So yes, I'm trying to get him to walk over. And he's not walking over. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cross the street. And when I'm crossing the street, I see, like in the movies, like when like there's a construction site.
Yeah.
And then you see like the steel beam just come at you and just like coming out like this way, sideways out to the street.
Like some Final Destination
stuff.
stuff.
And then I'm like screaming his name. I'm like, David, David, David. And then he like turns and he's like, what, cousin? And then I literally watch this beam go and just smash him. Oh. And then when he gets smashed by this beam, I like walk. I'm like, not walk, but like I'm running over to him.
Yeah.
And I can just see it, and like all I see is his face. and his face is just like it's like it's his face. It's his face, but it's just covered in blood.
Oh my god.
And he just smiles at me. Like he just smiles at me, and then he just tells me like everything's gonna be okay. And then I wake up because I'm just like, what the fuck was that? Like, what was that?
And has it happened more than once?
Yeah, it happens to be quite.
Have you considered like praying for him?
I have. I prayed for him. I prayed
for him like, a lot.
That's another like
that's another thing. Like, how is it that it continues?
Well, I mean, I haven't. I would say like the last time I had this dream was probably like maybe like a month or two ago.
Okay.
But I also feel like every single time that I start to feel like I'm forgetting him
is when that happens.
Is when it happens. And it's just crazy to me because I haven't gone to his grave to visit him in maybe 3 years.
Okay.
Like in 3 years I did not go visit him. I have not gone visiting him. I don't know why. I wish I could explain why. I haven't even like
it's hard.
And I used to go, and then I also used to go and visit his mom and his family. Like I would go visit his family every single time I was in Idaho. And I've just been not doing that anymore. But then like when I come back to Denver after being in Idaho, not visiting them, like I will dream this dream.
That happens.
And I don't know if it's just my conscious is telling
I was
me
gonna
like,
say that it's probably self-conscious. Like that tells you, like, oh, you were there, fuiste a visitarme, or
yeah.
Because I don't think he's doing it to haunt you at all. I think it's just more of your own conscious.
And the last time that I saw him, the last time that I went to go see him, was when I had broken up with my ex.
Wow.
That was the last time that I went to go see him because I'm having this reoccurring nightmare with my cousin.
Now I'm curious. I kind of want to like dig deeper into that. Like why does that happen? What can it mean?
Where
my girl just had to slow down because she was rushing to get that whole one okay. And I'm like, you got many more years for
what
that.
What do you mean the whole one okay? The whole one okay? What do you mean by that? Anyways,
like, last time I said that, you got fucking thrown off.
I know, and this is the second time it comes through. I'm like, what do you mean by that? A whole one okay to me means that you just want to have all these people lined up for like the future. No. So when you decide that you are done being a hoe,
I just say that in reference to you guys being older than me. That's all. You guys will get
you don't have a 401k.
Everyone does, but you'll get to it faster. That's my reference to it.
Boy, bye.
But you can't get a regular 401k. You got a whole one, okay? That's why I say that.
I cannot. But yeah, just I mean, I guess that's I guess that's what I'm talking about that because that whole relationship was a little traumatic for me because not only did he watch me go through all of these like psychotic breaks, I had a lot of psychotic breaks during that time.
So he was a very important person.
He was a very important
in your upcoming.
Yeah.
And you're becoming of age because, I mean, how you talk about it, like you guys basically grew up together,
I did. There's a picture that I have of like him and I. This is my cousin, of course. This isn't my ex. But there's a picture of my cousin and I when he was a baby, and I vaguely remember this moment too. I remember the picture, and I remember that he was in his baby carrier car seat, and me and my little sister, we were just like, oh my god, there's a baby, there's another new kid that we're gonna play with. We're super excited about it, and kind of being like big brother, big sister, and like me and her, I will say that we like that's how it was with him, and like with him, like we watched out for him,
Wow.
and vice versa. When my first boyfriend that was cheating on me on that cheated me on Valentine's Day, like he wanted to murder that guy.
Wow.
But he never once told me, and I would beg him because he worked at a restaurant in town.
Wow.
So and my ex would always go to this restaurant. And I would always tell him, I was like, who was he? Yeah, I would always ask him, who was he here with? Who was he here with? And he would be like, no one.
By himself.
But then
he knew, pero prefería no decirte to not hurt you.
I mean, how
of course,
I was so broken. I was
of
so
course,
psychotic. I was so obsessed.
He
and
knew
psychotic.
it was best not to tell you,
and
I'm sure that he carried that for a while.
Yeah,
it hurts not being able to tell someone.
Me who had to tell me was one of his coworkers.
Wow.
Yeah, one of his coworkers, like maybe a year or two ago, told me this. He was like, you do know that he held on to that, and he really would be so mad, and like because he's like he always talks so highly about you. But back to that point is like I remember seeing this picture. I had like this little dunce cap, like weird beanie. I've always liked hats. Yeah. And we're sitting around him in this baby carrier, and I had his rattle, and my sister was like petting his stomach, and we were like singing this like little lullaby to him, and he was already asleep. Right. But you didn't know as a kid. But as a kid, we were just playing with him because he's a baby, and um, it's just like he knew a lot about me, and when I went through my most recent breakup and telling him all of this, like I never thought that I would ever I guess maybe I was wanting to hear from him. I wanted that response. Yeah. Because like what happened with like the first ex, like he was there. He was having conversations with me, even though he was in jail, like he was talking to me. Wow. Like he would call me collect, and I'd be like, "Yeah, charge it." Yeah. Or I send him money for his books, but he I think sometimes when it comes to this night terror, I just wish he was here to like tell me like everything is okay, and like everything's gonna be okay. And even though if like it might have not been the right decision, like I'm gonna grow from it. Right. And it's just tough because like I am not gonna ever get that. Right. The never closure. Gonna hear that. I'm never gonna hear it from him, and it's hard. Yeah. I think like relating to that, my biggest I think now as an adult, one that it's been like in my mind lately, and with everything happening like in Mexico and like what just recently happened a few days ago, like my biggest fear, part of it was losing my grandpa. And unfortunately, like it occurred, and I get it. At some point, all of us vanish. It's gonna happen. It's part of life. Were we expecting it this soon? Not at all. Because your grandpa was young, huh? Yeah, my grandpa was young, and how old was he? He wasn't too young, but I think he was 72. That's still young. Or 78. People I can't recall. Living into their hundreds. 90s. My biggest thing now, like as an adult, aside from like everything else, and I've been thinking about this because I've been slacking on renewing my passport, you guys. It expired. And I know like I have to like renew it because we have a trip soon. But aside from that, it's been really getting to me and like really, like wanting to just process it and like take it, and everything is, like facing reality. Like this is even sad to say, but like I told my mom the other day, and I was like, besides certain family members and cousins that I have down there and want to see, like there's nothing in me or no motivation to travel down there no more. Because I'm just like, who we used to go visit as kids, and who we always had that
excitement to go and visit is no longer there. Like,
Mhm.
and it just hits me more like the fact that I was not able to go to his funeral or even to go like see him on his last days. But
Mhm.
then the other half of me too is like, I'm glad I didn't, because I'd rather take the last like memory of him, of when we had a blast with him and we're still able to see him alive,
Mhm.
than to see him laying in the coffin. Like, just seeing how broken my mom was and like is when she talks about it is like insane. And like that hurting me alone, seeing it from a second person, like someone's experience, like she talking about it affects me that much, to like I can only imagine have seen it in person. And I'm like, there's a reason for everything. And like something that to this day I try to process, and is like, damn, like, was I wrong for not going? And I told my mom too, I was like, it's almost like I'm more scared of having to face reality, knowing that going there, it's one thing to think about it and process him not being here physically, but another one is in reality, like getting that reality check, like going to visit. And like my parents growing up and still now, like their houses, they live on the same block, so it's like they're literally, my
Mhm.
grandpa's house to my dad's, like where they grew up, is literally 6 houses from each other on the same block. So like we always pass my mom's house to get to my dad, so it's just seeing like going through that block and like looking at the house, and like it's a reality check, like my grandpa's
Mhm.
no longer there.
Right.
And that alone, like, yes, the house is furnished and everything is there, and it's just knowing that he's just physically not there is
Mhm.
gonna be definitely one of the hardest things. And it's unfortunately, it's just something that I'm not ready or want to face.
Okay.
And it's why I've like mentioned, like thankfully my cousins can travel to like Puerto Vallarta or Cancun, so like I have been thinking about it, and I'm like, if I do want to see them or just go visit, like I'd rather at this point be like, hey, let's meet down there
Right.
than go into our hometown, because I just don't think I'm ready. Like, I just don't want to let go. That would be closer for me, I think, but I'm not ready to let him go. And like in a way, I know that that's not healthy either,
Mhm.
but I feel like that's what I have left that's holding on to him.
So it's the fear of completely forgetting him
Yeah,
that is the biggest thing
that
that's.
is the biggest thing for me, because I feel like once that's done, it's done. Like, and it's, I know it's part of the process and it's
Mhm.
part of like letting go. Like, you have to. It's not good carrying them with you forever.
Right.
And like we have his picture at home. Like, my mom was very blessed too, like to be able to keep his cross from his coffin. Like, she brought that, and that's what she brought back. Um, and like I always see his picture and stuff, but I'm just like, it hurts. Like, it hurts. That person is really gone.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of part of my scare now as an adult, I would say.
I think that it's very bold of you for sharing that and being so vulnerable with us.
Yeah,
It takes a lot to, open up and, show your vulnerability, and like I
for
commend
sure.
you for that. I want you to know that, you do have a safe space here with all of us,
Yeah,
and um at the end of the day, I'm here for you, bitch.
appreciate it,
I was like,
bitch.
not you making me cry,
I
like,
know, and you guys too. I'm very thankful we got to talk about this, our experience and
uh-huh,
everything, our trauma, our scares. Like, even
right.
now, I feel like as adults, your scares might be different, but like there's a lot of scares. There's different things. You're scared of failing. You're scared of not, succeeding. You're scared of a
Mhm.
lot of scares. So comment below what's your scare, what's something you're working on. Um, and yeah, I think this was a really good topic.
It was I wasn't expecting it to be so heavy, and then all of a sudden it just turned that way,
Yeah,
and, I thought I actually coming to this recording, I was not sure what I wanted to talk about
for sure.
because
Me
I
neither.
I have a lot of deeper,
For
rooted
sure.
traumas that I just don't feel comfortable opening up about right now,
For sure. Which is
and
understandable. And I know with time, like
with time it's
we'll
gonna
feel
be
more comfortable to talk about
exactly.
it and everything. And I want you guys to know as well, like, this is not um scripted at all. Like, this,
No.
we literally just like think about topics, we talk about it, and it's like, okay, we're gonna talk about this, and we just go with the flow, you guys. Like, nothing is literally scripted. Like, yes, it's probably edited to what we can post in cam because of guidelines and policies and stuff for YouTube, but nothing is scripted. Like, everything, we're being really upfront with you guys 100%. There's a lot of you that probably can connect with our stories or just experiences, and that's what it's about. That's the reason why we wanted to do this, is because we know we're probably not the only ones, that's going through this. And what not better than to share our experience. At the end of the day, you have to take what works for you, and what doesn't, leave it behind, and hopefully that helps you grow as a person.
Yep. And again, thank you for being part of our,
Journey.
our journey and growing. Obviously, you can tell it's not scripted because I can't even speak. Like,
Right. Half of the time he's like a grabadora. You gotta smack that
I
hoe to
know I
talk.
stutter or I say like a lot or you know
Or like.
like is my word. Like
Yeah.
is my word.
I think that's everyone's when first starting, because I remember my other YouTube channel too. I was like, like a lot, but I definitely enjoyed this. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
We'll see you here next week to see what we talk about next. Are we gonna talk
don't
about
miss out. And
what are we gonna
no,
talk
let's keep
about?
it a secret.
Should we keep it a secret?
Yep, keep it a
We're gonna keep
secret.
it a secret.
But stay watching, you guys. Don't forget to get your popcorn, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys next time.
Hasta luego.
Deuces.
Los frijoles.
Amor. Okay.
Because I'm not that big of a big back, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I didn't stop and get a Burger King because
But
that's
it's
what I
giving
do.
Chi-Chi's Pepsi.
Stop coming for my Chi-Chis. I mean, look at them. They're not that bad. I don't take vitamins.
The vitamins take you. First they saw your Julieta, and now they're seeing your Teta. You know where that's from?
No. What?
From Bring It On.
Oh my gosh.
The Hispanic
In it to
mom.
win it.
Yes.
Yeah.